Hi, everybody. We've been going for a minute, but welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are back with another episode, and we just want to say once again, thank you all for just sticking with us throughout everything. We did have to take a little hiatus for a little bit, but since we back, period. Okay, y'all couldn't get rid of us that easy. So today, we just want to say once again, thank you for tuning in. And as always, we got to go over our mission statement. And our mission is to engage you in some sassy conversation, empower you to be your authentic self, and encourage you to the next level. So before we move on to our topic, I want to introduce, of course, y'all hear eating in the background. I'm not bringing her on the camera. I'm going to just tell y'all she here. And I want to introduce my two lovely sisters. Say hi, y'all. We got Brittany and we got Nisha. Hey. And I'm Kira.
And that is Eden.
And that is Eden. Okay. She's very excited.
Me.
Okay. And so before we move on too quickly, we just want to remind you guys to continue to binge watch our videos. And if you are looking for any merch, any Sister Talk merch, you can hit us up on Instagram and we'll let you know how you can purchase anything. And without further ado, I'm going to pass it along to Nisha so she can go ahead and introduce our topic for today. Y'all stay
tuned. My baby got something to say. Let her talk. So first of all, I just want to tell my sisters, thank you so much for allowing me to even speak on this topic. This is a very serious topic to me. And I feel like that is gonna be serious to y'all too, because either way it go, if you either going through it or you know someone that has been through this, it's some information for you. So today's topic is going to be on domestic violence, but we are going to concentrate on intimate partner violence. And so the best way to describe the difference in what we're talking about is think of our state, Ohio. Ohio has how many cities? A lot. And so domestic violence is like the state of this whole battering, abusive situation. And so the thing that we're concentrating on is intimate partner violence. And that means that you and another person were engaged in a relationship, and that person is either causing verbal, emotional, financial, sexual, or physical abuse towards you. And so something of what I have noticed is, and it has been on the news over and over again, is because since we've been in this whole pandemic, people have been forced to stay at home. And so them being forced to stay at home, they got to stay with that abusive person. And the other thing that I want to address is this intimate partner violence. It is not a male or female thing. It happens on both ends. And so people have been forced to stay at home with that abusive person. And it has been causing like a lot of news. We have been hearing about a lot of females that have been getting killed. I can't think of the names of people right now, but it was a situation where a young man went and killed his baby mother, went home and killed his girlfriend. But when he went and killed his baby mother, he killed the boyfriend as well. And it was just like, how did all of that transpire? And it is a lot of it's a lot of things that happen that can show you that a person can be violent. So as Brittany always do, she always bring the textbook form of what our topic is. And I just want to read from the what it say in for Ohio, the fact sheet for Ohio. Intimate partner violence is a serious and preventable public health problem affecting thousands of people. And notice they said people. They didn't put like a male or female.
Women,
Exactly. It involves physical, sexual, and psychological violence that occurs in the context of a current or former relationship where a perpetrator may abuse power in order to control his or her partner. One of the things that I want to say to our younger viewers, it's not cute for you to have to call your boyfriend when you leave the house, call him when you come home, ask for permission to go here and go there. That's not cute. It's so many other things, but the one thing of what I do is a very common thing that goes on, and we're gonna watch a video.
Look, I'm gonna call you later, okay? Hi.
Who was it?
That was Coy. She's so damn crazy.
Coy.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see your phone, bro.
For what?
Go for the call their back. I'm not fucking stupid, bro. Let me see your phone.
Jeremy here.
Like I'm fucking stupid. I'm so fucking Coy. You in here giggling and shit. Oh, man, look. Hey, who it is?
This is Coy.
Oh, okay. I about to say, you know, I'll beat the shit out of you.
Boy, please, be quiet.
Something, bro.
Yeah, girl.
Turn my phone there.
Bianca, what the hell was that?
Girl, he do that all the time.
No, he should not be doing that kind of stuff. No, absolutely not.
Girl, chill. He just playing.
Hey, yo, what's up, man? Yo, ladies tend to overlook this. Ladies, before a guy is aggressive or abusive, they show signs. Before he ever hits you, they show signs. And this is one of the signs. Y'all walk around saying, oh, he just playing, he just talking. No, listen to what he is telling you. He is basically telling you, if you ever disobey me, this is what I would do to you. Why do y'all walk around like it's cute? He is telling you, if you ever disobey me, this is what I'm going to do to you. Ladies, please understand this. A man does not have to want or try to kill you in order to kill you. He could be just trying to hurt you. My best friend is no longer here today because the guy she was with wanted to hurt her like he always did. Wanted to punch her, choke her, whatever. And the last time he ever did it was the last time we ever saw her alive. So while y'all walking around here saying it's cute or he just talking or he just playing, ask yourself this. Do you really want to be with somebody who will play with your life like that? Man, I hope y'all like this video, share this video, because you don't understand who you may be helping by sharing this video, man. And follow your boy on Instagram and Facebook at Jeremy L. Holloway, right here, man. At Jeremy L. Holloway. Shout out to my city, Memphis, Tennessee. I appreciate y'all, man.
So everyone, you seen the video and how homeboy was all in the phone tripping. Like, I know, Eden.
Right. She like, oh, he was tripping.
So I can think of a time when I could have been in the news because I didn't identify that as being in a violent situation or looking at this as signs of it being violent. Oh, he just going through my phone. Like, so what? Like, it's real cute, but it's not, because later on it just brings other things. And so if anyone follows Jeremy, you guys would know that his best friend he's talking about his best friend. This happened to her. He kept telling her constantly, like little things of what this guy was doing, and he ended up killing her.
Wow.
So I know that you guys are not in those relationships now, but can you think of a time where you could have possibly been in those relationships?
Yes, I definitely can. I definitely can. I can think of a time though where I've been on both ends in the same relationships. So, um, definitely like from the beginning, uh, you know, the video itself definitely brought forth a lot of things, and even afterwards, you realize like the red flags or just learning from a situation like I told y'all before, like, okay, you definitely was a toxic person. Um here. You definitely was verbally abusive, or even like I was the person I went through the phone. Like, let me see your phone. Well, if you can't let me see your phone, then obviously something else must be going, you know what I'm saying? Or like jumping to those conclusions, but even getting into the point to where like you literally fighting this person, you know what I'm saying, in the same relationship. But not realizing it, like you said from the beginning. Okay, if I would have realized that red flag, like you being overly possessive of me, or you want to check in on me every 5 seconds, or why you didn't answer the phone. I was on the phone with my mom. I was on the phone with this person. I just called you right back. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? All of that type of stuff in that same relationship, it did lead to us both being physically abusive to each other. Like, ain't nobody beat on me, but we was fighting. You know what I'm saying? Which is to me the same thing, because now being in a relationship where I don't have none of that, it's like, okay, this is a more positive kind of love. This is actual love, and this is the type of love that I do also want to show my children. That people do not gotta be like that to really like, show you that they care about you and they care where, that you safe, quote unquote, because that's what it's always boiling down to. Well, so you don't trust me? No, I just want to make sure you're safe. Or I don't trust the other people around you. Like of course you don't trust them, you don't know them, but all right, like, you know what I'm saying? Why would you trust them? But not really putting two and two together until now you're a little bit older. Now you really understand, and then you see it also where God really spared your life in situations. You know what I'm saying? Right. Where it definitely could have been another way.
Right.
Oh, it's my turn. Well, I've definitely never been in a situation that was physical or anything like that. But when you started really educating me on this, Nisha, I really just sat and thought about some prior situations. And there were some situations that probably could have turned physical had I not gotten out. I could think of one in particular. Of course, we don't say names here, but just a lot of manipulation in the relationship and a lot of playing on my insecurities. Eventually I was smart enough to be like, this ain't it, and get out of that. When I thought about it, I was like, that probably would have turned into something physical, or like you said, verbal abuse. It's been some situations. Now, I've never been the one who was, abusive. I mean, I don't think. I don't recall ever. I probably didn't say some hit below the belt type of stuff out of anger, but I don't think that we all do that sometimes, though.
Right.
But so me personally, no. But I do have friends who have been in this situation. I have friends who have been on the verbal abuse side. I have friends who have been on the physical abuse side. And it's so crazy to me, just like you said, Nisha, all of that, call your man when you get here as soon as you pull up, that's not cute. It's really not. And your friends don't want to listen to you when you say, those are red flags. Those are bad signs, especially when it's a single friend. Because then they like, you ain't even got no man. You don't know.
Right.
But, it really does break my heart, though, to see people that I love in situations like this. And then when you get out of one, you get into another one. That's what really like just breaks my heart. But yeah, like I actually learned a lot from just the info that you sent us. And I understand why it's so passionate, or you're so passionate about it. And honestly, just learning it and really just sitting down and thinking like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I think I'm passionate about it too. We should talk about it some more.
So the thing that I have seen, I have not been the one per se receiving the abuse, but I have been the abuser. I have seen family and friends go through the abuse and have like tried to like call it out to them and like, you stupid, like, and that is the worst thing of what a friend can say. It's like, why don't you just leave? So, to our viewers, if you have that friend that's in that relationship, it's hard for them to leave. Leaving may cause more problems. And that's something of what, you got to pray about. You got to provide them with the information. You have to read up on it because it's a way for you to help them make an escape plan and be prepared to leave the situation when they decide to leave. So when I was a teenager, well, I was grown by this time, but I had a friend that at the time, she really was not my friend. She was just an associate, but I could not stand. I could not I couldn't stand her child's father. And he beat her one time into a seizure. And I was just like, I couldn't stand him. I wanted to set him on fire. Like, it was just like times that I just be looking at him, just contemplating, just letting it all roll through my mind. Like, oh, if I can just put on a mask and do.
I've been in that situation before as well.
Like, man. And because, she didn't see it, and we all had to wait for her to see it herself. I thank God that he spared her life. And she didn't have to, that she saw it and she was able to get out of it. My other thing is, so usually these situations reoccur. Like one of y'all said how your friend get out of the relationship, out of that one, and then they go into another one. It's known that it's because like that may be all that they know. So it's kind of like a repeated generational kind of thing. And so I know for me, I grew up in a domestic violence home. And so I was like, I'm never going to go through this. Never, ever, ever. But what it did was it caused me to be the abuser. And so I didn't even know that I was being the abuser.
Right.
It was like, I'm just about to swing before you do. That's how I looked at it.
That was your survival mode.
Right. I was in survival mode, but I didn't even have to be in survival mode. And then I was with a person that was he came from a domestic violence home as well. And he said he would never hit a female. And so I'm like, oh, you ain't gonna never hit me. He like, I ain't gonna never hit you. So boom, I'm gonna hit you first, And that is the most horrible thing. And I say to anyone that is in these situations, if you don't think about anything else, think about what it does to your child. So me growing up in that domestic violence home, it did something to me mentally watching what was happening. And so when I got older, you know, I never got counseling, I never got help, we never talked about it, none of that kind of stuff. So it made me want to do the opposite. You know what I'm saying? If you don't think about anything else, think about the safety of your children. Think about what can happen to them. Think about how their life is going, what is happening in front of them that can affect them later on in their life. Something that while we were preparing for this, I ran across these statistics, and it says from 2012 to 2014 in Ohio, an average of 81 people were killed each year in intimate partner violence related homicides. This annual average includes about 53 women and 25 men. And the ages started at age 15. 15 years old going through intimate partner violence. Like, why? I think that we need to educate our youth more on it. We need to speak power into them and just show them that, number one, you're looking for, we always talk about how you're looking for love in all the wrong places, but you're literally looking for love in all the wrong places. We need to stop being judgmental. We need to quit turning our nose up at what is happening in front of us. Like, if you have the opportunity to speak and be there for a person, walk them through having a game plan, walk them through, provide them with the information. No, they may not accept it. You may give them the information, and then tomorrow they right back. Yeah, that may be so, but give them the information.
And I was gonna say, oh, go ahead.
I just got one thing. Please, if you are somewhere and you see this happening to somebody, this is police drives me crazy. Do not pull your phone out and record.
Yes.
Do not pull your phone out and record. Call the police. You might end up saving somebody's life. But instead, you all got the phone out recording. Stop doing that.
Yes. Please, that is not cute. Posting it on social media and all of that kind of stuff, it is not cute. You could call the police and be anonymous. You don't even have to say who you are, but just like Brittany said, you could be saving somebody's life. The types, I want to dig into the types of the violence, the verbal abuse, name calling, just yelling at you, belittling you. So many times, me being working with the teen moms, I hear about them talk about how much they love their child's father, but he telling them things like, you ain't gonna never be nothing. What you going to school for? What, you want to get that job? Like, what you trying to do? Hook up with somebody else? That's belittling you, putting you down, threatening to kill you. Now, that is like a typical conversation that you hear happening in the young community. Like, girl, he said he was gonna kill me. If he said it, baby, he just may do it. Pay attention. The emotional violence, giving a person a silent treatment. Now, I can come back to that because
we should probably come back to that one.
I guess I'll be abusing folks.
Are you trying to say I'm abusing?
No, seriously. How about accusing you of cheating? Now, when they the ones cheating, but okay.
That's usually what
Might
it
as
be.
well
Exactly
have.
what it be. If somebody's accusing, it's because they're doing something 9 times out of 10.
Yes. Not letting you use your phone. Embarrassing you in front of your friends, your family, and all that other kind of stuff. Forcing you to stay in the house. Oh, you can't go nowhere because da 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 da, or don't you want to stay in the house with me? That's called isolation. Okay, he want to keep you away, or she wants to keep you away from your family and friends because they know that if you get around anybody, that some conversation may come up and they may be exposed. Financial violence, taking your money, baby. You work for that money. Can't nobody take it from you.
Period. Ain't nobody taking none of my coin.
Putting bills in your name, knowing that it's for them. Typical thing, babies. Getting a car and putting it in your name so that he could drive around, excuse me, and kick it with his friends.
And whoever he's cheating on you with, Robin. Or
exactly. Yep. Selling or destroying your things. Yes. Yeah. Making you account for every dime that you spend. Oh, well, I guess you left up out of here with $100 and you coming back with $2. Where the receipts at? The younger generation would think like, oh, that's just him making sure that I'm doing right with my money. No, it's my money.
And spend it how I like.
This one right here was like really old school, but I guess it happened. Forcing you to write bad checks or commit crimes. Don't be the getaway driver.
First of all, hey, that ain't that young.
Old school.
That's too young. It ain't that
what?
old school. I mean, not writing bad checks, but they be, girl, they be cashing them. They be trying to put them in their bank account.
Oh, and, okay.
And
that ain't old school.
And I just recently, not like recently, but within the last couple of years, a Caucasian girl was like, yeah, we got pulled over for heroin and we swapped seats. Like, first of all, like, yeah, he ran into the back of the bus. She swapped seats with him and they both still went to jail, but she got a lesser charge. That is definitely still happening. That's definitely still happening. Him saying, oh, baby, you could take that. They're going to give you less time in peace.
Wow. What about not letting you work? So I have seen this recently.
I don't want to work. I mean, if he going to take care of me.
When we say, I think that when it's talking about, when it's talking about is like, you can't have a job. Like you want to work and you can't have a job. But I know someone that she don't want to work and he's making her work and she's pregnant and she got to work because he in debt. They are not married. So yeah, that is a form of abuse. The other types of abuse, flat out sexual abuse, rape. If you say no is no, get off of me, get away from me, like that is that. Forcing you to have sex with his friends or her friends. Quit saying he. Yes, honey. Yeah, well, my homies got to get it too. So,
they better go down the street first.
Not allowing
do you got a friend?
This ain't that.
Not allowing you to have birth control. You might want to be on the pill, and he like, no, you about to pop out 15 kids. That's a form of abuse. Okay. Physical abuse. We all know what physical abuse is, and it's not cute, ladies.
It is not.
Him slapping you in the face, and y'all just playing.
You don't play.
Ain't no just playing.
Ain't no playing like that. Not at all. Not at all. Choking you. So I'm going to say somebody can choke you and you may, be okay right there. But in 24 hours, you can drop dead because your body is is bruised. And so that it's like the side effect of being choked. You can die the next day.
I didn't know that.
And you won't nobody know what's going on because won't nobody know that you just got choked. So you and old boy get into it and he's choking you and you go to work the next day. You could still die the next day. 24 hours, right? These are the things of what you know. Put yourself at risk for. So that's, like I say, you could have got into it with old boy today. He didn't choke you out. You got out of it, but you ain't said nothing to nobody, about what's transpired. And then you go to work like ain't nothing happening. And then boom, you drop. You literally drop dead.
Wow.
Like it's serious. Blocking you in the driveway. You ain't going nowhere. You're gonna stay right here, and I'm about to block you in this driveway. Like, huh?
I'm about to hit your car.
That's also kidnap as well. If he's keeping you
against your Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
For the facts.
That's just like if you trying to leave and he's blocking the door. If you call the police and he's keeping you against your will, that's kidnap. He can get charges pressed against him. Or she. You're right.
Girl, you just hit me on all types of stuff. I'm sitting here in my head like, dang, I've been abused and I ain't even know. Y'all laughing. I'm dead serious. Like, she just going down the list, and in my head, I'm like,
One of the saddest things that I realized talking about this topic is it happens more in the Black community. Blacks were more likely than whites to be victims. And that data came from in 2014. And again, it started from ages 15 and up. That just hit me a whole different way. We got to get better. We have to get better.
I wanted to tell this story about this girl that I went to school with. We had like a friend group. It was probably like 6 or 7 of us. You know how like when you in high school, you got your little clique or whatever. And this particular girl was like a part of one of the many cliques I was a part of because I was with everybody for real.
Mr. Popular.
Oh Lord, no, not all that. But I was in multiple different groups. But this friend in particular, she was being abused, and we were in like the 10th grade. And it wasn't really like, I didn't really come to the knowledge of it until I was like the summer between 10th grade and 11th grade, because personally, for real, I don't play that. You know what I'm saying? I am the type of person, I've always been the type of person where I call people out on their stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Calling you out, meet me in the doggone parking lot.
I'm like really dead serious. So one day, I was actually talking to one of my other friends that lived in the same like complex as her. And she was like, such and such, I seen her outside my window. Her dude was like beating on her or whatever. And like she was on the ground. Like I had to go outside to make sure she was okay. Like
Wow.
We in the 10th going to 11th grade. So that's about, for me, 15, 16. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, okay, well, that's super crazy to me. So the dude went to school with us, and he and her mom also worked at the school. Her sister also went to the school, but she was older. One day I got into it with the dude.
Oh.
I was it was me and like one of my close friends at the time. It was a dude, and we were sitting in like science class. I remember this like very vividly because me and her, we all used to talk on the phone, and this was before we had like FaceTime and all that. So we would be like on three-way, and then the other person called the other person called another person.
Oh
So it
my
would just be
goodness, I
all of us
remember
on the
three-way.
phone. So one time, so she had threatened like to commit suicide.
Wow.
And it was like really late at night. We was on the phone. It was over the weekend. So I don't play about none of that stuff. You know, we was calling her phone. We was blowing her phone up. She was not answering the phone for nobody. We called her sister. She said she couldn't get in touch with her. I went in the room in my mom room and was like, such and such said she about to kill herself. This was before I got into it with him. I had to tell that part. And so my mom was like, you want to go over there? We don't play that. You know what I'm saying? And then also with us being religious people, we kind of got a viewpoint on that as well. So it's like, nah, bruh, you don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So shortly after that, she didn't kill herself. She came to school, and I had got into it with the dude because something was happening, and he had came to the door. He used to come to the classrooms where we had class at and look into the door to see if she was in class, like she said. And then he would also like be texting her and stuff all the time, like what you doing. She would give him her money. Like this was full on like all of the stuff Nisha talking about.
Right.
And so I got into it with him because I had her phone. She's like, can you have my phone for whatever reason, right? And of course her phone going off, but it ain't her mama. You know what I'm saying? So
I ain't
I'm
gotta
not like,
answer it.
yeah, I'm not like pressed to be like, okay, this, woo woo woo. So he had came to the class and was like, why weren't you answering the phone? And what was so crazy to me was the teacher ain't really step in and say
And
nothing.
say
You know what I'm saying?
nothing.
So of course, I'm like, first of all, like chill, because I heard her phone. You know what I mean? It ain't even her fault. I had her phone. I think I was like using a calculator or something like that. You know what I mean? I had her phone like chill. Get to like going in, like he just calling me all types of names, like out of my name and all this kind of crazy stuff. And he was a big fat dude. I was like, bruh, I am not such and such. Okay. What you not about to do, and I felt bad for like saying it just straight like that. But I'm like, what you not about to do is come at me all types of crazy. Like, first of all, if I can't beat you, I got somebody that can. And this ain't finna happen. So then her sister, the crazy part about it was her sister stepped in and was on his side.
What?
And came at me like, all this and that. And I straight called her out. I was like, first of all, you defending this dude. You don't even know X, Y, and Z happening outside the back of your house. Like, on several occasions, your sister could have lost her life, and you sitting here and you defending this person.
Oh my goodness.
And it was like she was being abused from like multiple angles, because after that, they tried to stop her from hanging out with me.
Oh, wow.
Even like her family members and stuff like that. And so it really like hit me like in an emotional place, because if you my friend, I care about you. And when I see that somebody else is full on taking over your will, you know what I'm saying? especially up until the point to where you feel like you can't even talk to me if that person may see you. You know what I mean? It's definitely like super crazy. And exactly what you were saying about, well, we was young also, but at the same time, it's like they got to be ready to, you know, walk away from that type of situation. You can't force nobody, of course, but also it's just like super crazy how you think like, bro, we was in high school. My mom used to be like, bruh, these people may never be around you again. You know what I'm saying? Like after this high school stuff is over, like you may never see that dude again, or you know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be. And so even up until probably, how old is my niece? She like 3, one of my friend's daughters. Even up until like just recently, she's still in those types of relationships.
Wow.
Where they physically harm her, and you know what I mean? And she has children now, and it's just super scary. But at the same time, it's just like nothing that I hate to say it this way, but I just don't like to be around her. You know what I'm saying? Like that, because if we go out together, if we go do something, it's like
You gotta
she
protect your
constantly like
safety.
checking her phone and stuff like that. And it's like, wait, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, did this, you know, did he call? Did he not call? Okay, let me make sure I answer my phone. And I super hate that. Like, let's be in the moment, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's super scary to know like all of the facts now, you know what I'm saying? Or to be unknowledgeable or ignorant, you know what I mean? Because we don't know sometimes the things that, like you said, because it's more prevalent in the Black community. We don't know that sometimes some of the stuff that our culture promotes is not necessarily a good thing to pick up on and to include in our personality or our character is what I'm trying to say. So like when we're doing those character checks, or saying for me being somebody that does pray or shine from heaven on my heart, on my soul, so I can see what is the spots and wrinkles within me without me knowing that that is potentially something that is harmful to another person, this characteristic, I don't know to check my own self when that comes to the forefront. You know what I'm saying? Because like some of the stuff that you were saying, like a lot of stuff in that past relationship, definitely I was like, okay, yeah, all that stuff crazy, but it's some stuff that I still hold on to or still is relevant in new relationships. And you know, and then not knowing like, okay, but that portion also could be adjusted. Not saying like you 100% just this abusive person. Like I don't want everybody to be like, oh, she be over there acting a fool. But you know what I'm saying? Just not knowing that something's, first of all, that's in your vocabulary. Okay, like, all right, you should probably not really be saying that, or or things that you think is normal, like how you were saying about coming from different places, like different people coming from different types of families. She about to knock y'all over. Different types of families, and thinking that, you know, either I'm going to be the polar opposite, or I'm going to take the opposite role, or I'm just flat out not about to be doing none of that stuff because this was fried. They should never been doing it either. But two, I think that like it's so much deeper than how we see it right now. You know what I'm saying? How it is prevalent in the Black community, in our Black culture, and how we were manipulated for many years prior to being independent. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So in our minds, not only just physically being abused, but mentally feeling as if we were incapable to be independent. And You know what I'm saying? And then still taking that and it's still affecting us over 200 years later or 2000 or whatever, how many years later. Like over that many years later, it's still like something that has been embedded so deep in us that we do need to be able to see it and identify it to eliminate it, right? So
that's right.
Definitely super crazy. Like what?
But also I think that's something that's really important, whether you are the abused or the abuser, is we gotta take our mental health serious.
Absolutely.
Like we absolutely have to do that. And another thing that we have to stop saying as a Black person is therapy is for white people.
Yes.
It is not.
Who said that? Who said
Stop
that?
saying that. Stop
Absolutely.
saying that. Therapy can help you take care of your mental health. Please. I do. Okay. And
It's taking accountability though.
If I need a mental health day, I'm going to take it. Okay. That
But
job can wait.
But even part of, you saying about, getting counseling and all of that kind of stuff, it goes back to what Tiara is saying. Some things is so embedded into us that we don't know that we need counseling. I guarantee you, and I'm so certain of this, that if we begin to identify what the problems is and what we see in our eye, in our vision, in our eye gate, what are we looking at? What are we seeing? What are we feeding our spirit and all of that kind of stuff? When you begin to feed your spirit the wrong thing, it ignites something else. If it's something from your childhood that you need to address, that you may have put in the back burner and all of that kind of stuff, go get your counseling. Get that taken care of before you get out here and you begin to get into these relationships. You don't know how. I think that I'm not going to even say I know the primary thing in this whole thing is you don't know how to communicate.
That is true.
In our culture, how we communicate.
Right.
We gonna put our hands on you. You know what I'm saying? That's how we communicate, but that ain't the right way. It's not the right way at all. And so you kind of like when you begin, if you don't know no better, then you're not gonna do no better. And so us using this platform is like we are not teachers, we are not educators. However, we all know how to read and we know how to look at the statistics and we know how to bring it to the forefront and just make you think about some of the situations that you are in and fact check this. Look it up yourself.
Right.
And then begin to and look at yourself internally and say, hey, I need to check out.
Right. And then knowing that when you hold yourself accountable, it's gonna sting.
Okay? Oh yeah.
It is going to sting and it is going to hurt, but you have to be prepared to endure some of those tough conversations in order to be a better person, a better loved one, a better, you know what I'm saying? Better for yourself, but also it's better for the people that you encounter as well. And that is I definitely agree with that 100%. It's so important.
What are you gonna I think about men and how even though we know that a man could be the abuser or the woman, but however, I think about our Black men. And so if you guys do not get the counseling and the help that you need, you're not doing nothing but having babies and having more little yous running around. And so regardless of if you are a dad and you have a little girl or you have a little boy, if you ain't got if you setting that example that it is cool to be sitting up here and talking up to her mother or women the way that you doing and slapping them around and stuff like that, you're telling your son it's okay. You can do that.
Right.
Oh, I love her. Because as soon as you
Right.
see the slap, then it's like, oh, baby, I'm sorry. So you teaching him that that's
I didn't mean to
okay.
hit you that hard, baby.
And then you're also teaching your daughter, hey, it's okay to get hit. Daddy did it. So
As
that
long as
must
he
mean
loves you.
exactly.
Right.
So you have to be careful at the things of what you are putting out. And to the people that's watching you, you don't even know who watching you. Even if you
You
are
don't know
a
who
male
watching.
and somebody is watching you, that's not your child. It could be
Mm-hmm.
your brother. It could be your sister. It could be a
Mm-hmm.
niece, a nephew. Somebody is always know that somebody is watching you. And
It's always somebody
they
watching.
watching your moves. And so if they watching you and they looking up to you, you ain't doing nothing but bringing on a whole bunch of yous around that ain't got no life experience, ain't got nothing taken care of, and it's just going to keep on repeating. And so I just say to our men and our women, get the help that is needed. Get to those, start having those conversations, get that counseling. However, but the women and the men that are in these situations, help is out there. It is a way for you to get out of these situations, but you have to want to get out. And if you don't think about your life, think about your children. God created you for a reason, and it definitely was not to be somebody's punching bag.
Come on.
Yes, that's a word.
I have a
You
question.
think, oh, hold on. See, let me just
Go
get
ahead.
it out. I know I'll be forgetting. But what I was gonna say is to piggyback off of what Nisha said, kinda, I think that everybody should get counseling. Even if you feel like you don't have any past traumas that's hindering your ability to do whatever, I guarantee you, if you go and sit down with an unbiased person and you just spill, something's gonna come up and you're gonna feel like just a weight has lifted off of your shoulders. You're gonna feel you're gonna feel less full, less impacted by whatever you was going through. Trust me, I challenge everybody to get counseling, therapy, whatever you want to call it. It's going to help your life.
Unbiased.
Yes.
Thank you.
1 in 4 women would experience domestic violence or intimate partner violence in their lifetime. 1 out of 4. That's very, very small. You know what I'm saying? That is like, I can't even think what to compare that to, because that's just so little.
Yeah.
That is just so little. Like, I can't. Go ahead, T.
That's like, so for every dollar you losing 25
I was
cents.
At $1, but I thought you were gonna laugh at me.
Hey, they already said that women only make 75 cents compared to the man's dollar. What in the world? No, but my question for you, Nisha, was, I don't know if you are prepared for this, but what would be some red flags that we want to share with the viewers, whether they're the abuser or the person getting abused? Like what some red flags that you think would kind of be something to look out for, either in the well, we do talking phases, so we don't really go straight into dating nowadays, but
Are you supposed to
that
go
during that
dating?
talking phase or that dating phase, that would be like, oh no, bro, run, sis, run. They is tripping, or like, hey, you doing some of that stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? You got angry because of X, Y, and Z when it really shouldn't be like that. What's some things that you think?
I think that we was talking about some of them, like it's so common for the name calling to go on, while you're dating, and you're playing around and stuff like that. What's that? What they always talking about? You bald head something or
Bald head scallywag.
I don't think
Boy,
they say,
it's got a little way.
I don't think that they say that. But
That's from the song. So
I know, bald head, scallywag, ain't got no hair in the back. No, I'm just playing. Okay. I'm showing my age. Yep, your hair is messed up. No. The name calling is definitely something of what I see all the time, and I be like, what? Like, he just said that to you, girl. Right. You ugly. Like, what? Why are you calling me ugly? You supposed to be my mate.
Right.
Why would I be
cute
ugly?
all the time?
All the time. Like,
why would you even be with somebody that's ugly?
This is the same face that you've been looking at every day now.
Right, and I'm ugly. Like, oh no, babe, I was just playing. Like, no.
Are you?
Something where I was thinking about this. If a guy is always asking you for money, asking you how much you make, y'all go out, and I think that because of this whole thing of women empowerment and I could do it all myself, and this and another, you begin to take men out and you foot the bill, and you're doing it all the time.
But it's okay to do it sometimes, though, right? Like, you take turns.
I mean, taking turns is one thing, but if you're doing it all the time,
that ain't got no money. He broke out here.
Yeah,
he acting like he got a job, but for real, he ain't got no job.
Be financially violent. It's going to be that financial violence. Like,
that's the abuse through. Now that when you told us, I've been through that, girl. In my younger days.
See?
Oh, my younger days, I was giving all my little Starbucks check up.
I was like, run me the cash.
and then though, it was this one time I was like, well, babe, I gotta short you like $50 because I gotta pay my phone bill.
Had a hissy fit, right? Financial violence. That emotional thing, like, okay, so you ain't call old boy, and now he like. So now you calling him, and now he don't want to return your call because he couldn't put you on punishment, girl. Like, that's that silent
that's
treatment.
2 in 1. That's 2 in one. Now that's that silent treatment. I've been paying attention. Ignore my call if you want to.
I ain't calling you no more.
Never call again.
Ladies, got a whole new dude.
Ladies, let's not play fight with our mates. That's not cool. Let's not wrestle with him. Let's not, because if he can pick you up and slam you, and y'all playing, I don't call that playing, honey. If he could mug you in your head and be like, I was just playing, sign. Hello.
Red flag.
So what's gonna happen when you're not playing? No, like now you knock me out.
But that all time thing is, that hello, that phone, that it's not showing up, but the phone, that phone situation. He or your social media. He want the passcode to your social media because he want to see what's going on and who in your DMs and stuff like that.
Be real mad.
Excuse me.
You said gonna be real mad. I've learned in the phone situation, both on my case as well as the other person's case, when you are in a mindset of you wanting to go look through the phone, anything that you see is going to offend you, even if it's nothing at all. So it's like, man, like, this is my coworker. Oh, but why she even texting me, period? Like, she just wanted to know if I come to work today.
Hit you a smiley emoji.
Well, she ain't even a heart. Said LOL because you not even that funny. Like, you looking for something. You looking for something to be upset about. You get what I'm saying? So if
Wow.
that is
You
the
want to go
case,
through it. You want to be
you
mad. You
might
want
as
to fight.
well just, you know what I mean? Okay, I feel some type of way. I'm about to go chill out for a second. And if you don't trust a person that much, you should just not be with
You
them.
That's
shouldn't
what
be.
I was just about to say. If you are the person that want to go through the phone, examine yourself. Why do you want to go through the phone? You know what I'm saying? That's almost like setting yourself up to look for the hurt. Like I am about to find the hurt because I want to be stabbed in my heart. And
You
be
go looking for
mad.
stuff. You gonna find something,
Gonna
whether they're
find
not
it.
doing anything or not. Like
Right,
Sierra
that's what
said,
I'm saying.
you gonna find a coworker,
Mhm.
the little smiley emoji. Now you mad because no chicks be smiling at you through your phone, and
Through
it's
the
not even worth.
phone.
It ain't even worth all of that. Honestly,
But that's like like we talked about the common things of what the person that's getting abused to look for. But the person, if you are the person that you want to go through the phone, where did that come from? Why do
And
you
that's a
feel that
lot
that's
of women as
necessary?
well, though. A lot of women are on that part, going through the phone part.
If you
Like,
are oops, look at there.
what happened? You blooped
I
yep.
or
blew.
I blooped?
I blew
I think both of y'all blooped actually at the same time because Nisha was like, "Can I see the y'all blew?"
Oh boy, but hello. If you are the person that gotta be every place with your mate, that's a sign. That's a sign right there. Y'all dating and old girl, old boy, you get up when you move, they move just like that.
Just like that. Hey, DJ, bring that back.
Like that's a sign. Like
stuff like that though. Like I don't want to be with my man when he hanging with his homies. Like, okay, if we have mutual friends every now and again, if we all get together, okay. But I'm not about to be sitting there while y'all playing the game, being all loud,
right,
burping and farting. I don't want to be there.
exactly.
Right.
No.
And
Right.
so you need to check yourself and say, hey, why do I feel the need of that? That's also a sign of insecurity and trust. You know what I'm saying? But if you feel that you are insecure or you can't trust that person, then hey, that's a sign to say that you ain't ready to be in a relationship. And sometimes people don't want to look in the mirror and say, like, oh, that's I could be abusive by that. Like he looking at you like, dude, I just went to the bathroom. Why are you at the door?
If you know you got trust,
right.
if you know you got trust issues, whether it came from your last relationship, family, you got daddy issues, whatever it is, if you know you got trust issues, do not go get in no relationship. Work on you first.
Yeah, because you
And I think like a good saying that I heard was don't make your next man pay for what the last man did.
Absolutely.
Same vice versa for women or mommy issues too, because these be having mommy issues.
That's a word though, because I have been in that situation. I done made plenty of people pay for the one that was taking my money. But that's a word though, and I think we all kind of at some point go through some of the stuff that we're talking about. Because, like I said, once she named everything off, I realized that I was abused. But maybe I did some abusing too.
Exactly, you probably did. So we continue look through our page, people, and we're gonna have the help that is needed, the phone numbers, the helpline for you to get in contact with different people. If you in domestic violence issues, sexual violence issues, if you are watching and you're out of town, it's an area for that. And it's it's a phone number for that, and it's all different kind of websites for you to go to. Remember, check our facts, because this is what we found out, and you can find out the same thing. And I believe that is a wrap. Okay,
you didn't
girl.
know. You
Put
didn't
the
know.
stamp on it. She put the stamp on it to let us know.
Yes, Google is free, y'all. Google is free. Okay, if you
Absolutely.
need any resources, you know, anything like that, if you need to check our facts, like Nisha said, Google is free. You know what I'm saying? You
And
can
it's your
see
friend. It's your friend.
how relevant it is in your state, in your city, in your county, what's going on. And then last thing before we do end is, and we always talk about this, everything always comes back down to love people. Love
Absolutely.
people. Okay.
But
if you can love that person that's going through the situation, I'm not saying stay in the situation because you love him so much. But I'm saying if you're the friend and you identify that within another person, love people right. That's what I should have said. Love them right. Okay.
But
so
I
they
also
can
want
identify
you,
love.
But I also want you to look into the mirror and love yourself.
Come on.
Love yourself. You cannot love anyone until you can look in the mirror and say, boo, I love you.
That's
Right.
a word. That's a
That's
word.
a t-shirt, Britt. That's a t-shirt.
Boo, I love you. And I'm gonna put like a little pocket. Oh no, let me not tell the idea. All right, bet. Look though, that was a beautiful way to end this show. Thank you guys. Love you, boo. Okay.
Love you, boo.
You can purchase your t-shirts on Listen, guys, thank you so much for tuning in with us. Like Sierra said in the beginning, we know we've been gone for a minute, but we back to jump off or whatever, however it go. But anyway, if you liked this episode, please like, comment, subscribe, follow us on all social media handles at SisterTalk with LTB. Also, guys, I need to let y'all know we are about to wrap up season 1. Can y'all believe it? We didn't got through almost a whole season. Our next episode will be our 10th episode, and it's going to be the bomb. We got some surprises, so I do want to open up our platform for you guys to send in questions for us, because it is going to be a Q&A. So please send them questions in. I keep them respectful, but send them questions in, and we will definitely do our best to get everything into the episode. You can send your questions on our Instagram page, SisterTalk with LTB. You can email us, sistertalkwithltb@gmail.com. Whichever way you feel like doing it, but just do it so that we can answer your questions. All right? Bet? All right, cool. Bet. Y'all good? We good? We good?
We have been engaged.
You have. You right. In sassy conversation, and we do hope that we have encouraged your heart. And please, anybody out there that has been going through or is going through or doing any of the things that we talked about, please take heed to the word that we have provided for you today. Go get some therapy.
This is the sign. This is the sign.
And get some therapy. And I really hope that you guys have been empowered. We all hope you guys have been empowered. Yay. Till next time, guys.
We out.
See you later. We love y'all. Deuces.
Stick your middle finger up?
No.
Oh,
my finger was disappearing.
That's a blue right there.
It was disappearing.
I didn't know.
And by the way, F you.
That was funny. Y'all too
Oh
funny.
man,
He was trying to empower me. I like bloops.
I bet you do. And I'm doing this right on time, huh? No practicing on.
I'm usually
Bloopity bloop bloop bloop.